How y'all doing? We out here with a Two Live Thursday podcast. We got some special guests here tonight. Actually, they came back. They're already part of the family, friend. We're so grateful to have them out. Mr. Trey and Mr. Will. Always a pleasure to have y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we got
Amazing,
my
amazing.
yeah, appreciate it, man. Of course, we got the one of the queens of the organization, Miss Chanel. Love to have you on
That
here as always. So, guys, today our topic. Now, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Today's topic is thank you, Donald Trump.
mm.
I don't know
Thank you.
about this one. I don't know about this
Woo!
one, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Thank you for
So
what?
now, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me throughout this. Don't click away. Stay with me. We're gonna do a deep dive into this and what we're talking about. Thank you, Donald Trump, for. All right. So the first question, or not so much question, but more of the start of this, is we're gonna talk about how he united the country. Now, a lot of people, now this is my perspective on this. This is my perspective, and that's why I like this open forum. We can talk about this. The idea of what I mean by this, our 10 started on the day when Trump uh, uh, led the military on the DC grounds to get the pedestrians out the way who was just minding their business, protesting rightly, doing the right thing. That started the initiative to start our 10. And so the idea behind all of this is that we are saying that, of course, we know Trump was a horrible man. We one of the worst presidents ever go down in history. That's without a doubt. But we're saying that he opened the eyes of the American people, and he started to put the light on certain issues and topics and certain ideologies that have been in America's closet for such a long time. And
Hmm.
so this whole representation, what we're talking about today, is the idea of us saying that though he was such a robust president, and hope we never had one like him ever again. Um, but it opened the eyes to for the American people, especially young people like ourselves, to step up and understand what we can do and how we can get better, do better for our communities. So that's just the mind frame where we're going from this. And of course, we will have open dialogue and understand that, some people look at this like, what are you talking about? How, how you see this? And hopefully throughout this, we will understand. So let me go first so I can get the ball rolling on this. So the first, so like I said, the first subtopic is talk how he united the country. So, uh, unfortunately, through all the many African American being killed, more famous George Floyd, and through all the racial tensions that have going on, my view on it was the fact that President Trump he he lit a fire in me personally to create change, to stop talking about it and be about it. And so that ideology of seeing a man with all that power and being so corrupt and not living up to the American Constitution, that when we be frank, that was never even written for African Americans, to be frank. However, there were certain liberties and rights that my ancestors fought for, and that we're still fighting for today. And unfortunately, I don't know if you guys are still aware of this. Right now in Georgia, and I think Texas trying to do the same thing, is that they're trying to basically Jim Crow the voting laws currently.
Hmm.
So the whole ideology behind it is the fact that we're still in this race, and um, this race is still going on. We're not where we want to be past the John Lewis era, past Martin Luther King era. We still have work to go. Now, mind you, this is very important. We are not in the same space they were in, meaning the idea of people just hanging people and doing all the crazy bust things. We're nowhere near that realm. However, we're still dealing with the uh, 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 same systems, same ideology, same uh, um, barriers that block us from achieving a life of liberty, achieving a life, achieving have a life that doesn't interfere with our life, liberty, pursuit, and happiness. So the whole idea of that is us to understand that he opened the eyes of us to see that the many problems in our justice system, the many problems in our politicians, the many problems of how we vote. For instance, go back to Georgia. Georgia turned the reason why all this Jim Crow vote stuff is going on in Georgia, and Texas, let's start with Georgia specifically, because we turned Georgia blue. Georgia has been a dominant red state for so long, and I mean, I believe this is true too. It did turn blue when Bill Clinton was in office. Am I right about that? I'm not too sure, but it did turn blue eventually in time. It was one time ago, but and then with Texas, that they're seeing that they're seeing that the African American population and minority population is not voting for that same red state anymore. So they're trying to trick their laws up so they can keep Texas how it is. So the all understand is that the race still continues, and my first subtitle of us uniting the country, President Trump united the country to see our inconsistencies and to see how we can attack these racial inequities and biases that plague not only African American community but people of Caucasian communities. Will Trey, y'all know people Buckhead, West Virginia, they they not too much or better off than us. Let's be real, and that's predominantly Caucasian community, but they're still suffering. They still don't have the educational tools. They're still behind the eight ball when it comes to infrastructure. They still need certain things. So
nutrition too, though.
Huh?
Youngest going shopping at Walmart. They ain't have no grocery store.
Right. They don't have this. They don't have the same thing, and we're fighting for the same. They're fighting for the same things in life.
We all fighting the same fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, do y'all kind of understand what my first subtopic is? So you guys can have your own. I want y'all to talk. I'm done talking.
I mean, what you're saying is 100% correct. I think he also helped people realize that their voice is more powerful than what they think it might be.
Absolutely.
And by that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying like from a politician standpoint. I'm saying from like, think about like when it took for like athletes like LeBron to speak up, you know what I'm saying, on certain things, or like even the NBA as a whole league taking a stand towards something, you know what I mean? Like that's big because a lot of people may follow, you know what I'm saying, other avenues like sports, when they actually follow their own politics or like politicians in their own state. You know what I'm saying? So I think he really shed the light that, everyone has a voice for sure, but your voice can be used in the most powerful method, you know what I mean? So like even what y'all doing with R10, like that's real, that's real talk. Like even y'all local communities, you know what I'm saying? Like your voice definitely carries more weight than you really think it does. You, Chris, you know what I'm saying? We get on you from time to time. You be on that blowhorn, man, but you be talking your talk. You know what I mean? So you be getting the people going for real. Like we just joke with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like our brother, but I know what you be trying, strive for out there. So commend you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody gotta do it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people got an opinion, but nobody take no action. I mean, Chris be out there. The leaders gotta lead and everybody else get up out the way, you feel me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, but like just comparing like to what you said about like West Virginia, I feel like Trump, he did a good job at uniting the people, but by first dividing them. Cause just like example, being in West Virginia, how like they looked at us and you know what I mean? Like a lot of them was real racist, to put it lightly. But like living in a shack, you know what I mean? Like Republican, but living in a shack. You don't have no pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and you hate black people. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, just like that pedestal that white people better than us. Just because, like you said, Jim Crow laws, like they used to own us. Yeah. That's all I got for real.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely agree that Trump being in the office, he definitely shook some things up, and I think it kind of brought out the elephant in the room because we knew racism was around. We knew that'd been a problem, but just him being blatant about it, it kind of I feel like it's two things. Like it united Black people, but it also united more racist people. So people got a lot more bold. People got a lot more aggressive with their views. And so I think it just kind of brought it to the conversation of us that we got to talk about this. You got to pick a side. That's what a lot of people say. You're not saying nothing, you're not taking action. That's a problem. So it's like it kind of put people in this position of like either you standing with us or you standing against us. And that's just that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was a powerful moment, because even though it was so much negativity and so much just hate going on, racism, it just was being done in the dark. And with it coming to the light,
Mhm.
now it took a chance for us to make a stance and to get more people to see where people actually are, see what their views are, see what they're actually going to do, and see where America's going to grow. I mean, I feel like it's ugliness gotta happen for something beautiful to come of it.
Nah, exactly. But
Get it.
I think the craziest thing though, if you really think about it, is that for so many years people thought like, you know, racism wasn't as bad.
Right.
But it took just for one man to step into the office and show you his true colors and like, yeah, everybody coming out the woodworks, like, yeah, I'm just like him. You know what I mean? Like, I believe just like him. Like, we got the same thoughts and stuff. Like, I think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it was crazy too, y'all. I was in one of my MPA classes, Mass Public Administration classes, and I wanted to have the assignment for our class was what's a public issue, and I want to talk about racism. And my teacher told me that's not a public issue because you can't see it.
That's the
Or you
biggest
can't
public
evaluate
issue,
it.
though. That's the biggest public issue. That's
Right.
been a public issue for the last 400 years and counting. Racism.
Right. And it what shook me up about it, I was like, this is the problem. We're not talking about it because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not a problem. Doesn't mean it's not an issue. You know,
No, and like Trinell said, like the elephant in the room, but like people be scared to have the uncomfortable conversations. But you know, Trump just made everything uncomfortable comfortable because people coming out the woodwork, like Bill said, just like, yeah, I believe like him. Now what? Like with them rebel flags and like especially in West Virginia, I don't think.
But that's what I'm saying.
Virginia,
like
they split from Virginia because they didn't believe in the Confederates. You know what I'm saying? Like that's weird. And they like, bro, what? Y'all even know what that flag means?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it took for a man that they truly believed in that had the same values as them. You know what I mean? For all of them to come out and be like, okay, I'm gonna show you my true colors now. Like, I'm tired of hiding. You know, that's just mind blowing right there.
Right. And at some point, at some point, me personally, I felt that because to go back to West Virginia, a lot of people were crying when the Caucasians, they were crying when he got elected, which shocked me. I remember, I never forget. I'm going.
Hey, you ain't lying. They was acting worse than we did when Obama won the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Like they canceled classes. Like he got elected, they canceled classes. I said, oh. I was like,
that was their man. See, look, a lot of white people view like Trump becoming president as like the second coming of Jesus almost. You know what I'm saying? Like they thinking like their day is made. You know what I'm saying? Their lives about to change. Like that's the thing. But the people in West Virginia, they really thought their lives was going to change for the better. Their life actually got worse as the man came in office. Like I don't think they understood that though.
Right. I think they understand now though.
They gotta understand now that they had 4 years of just going down, decline. Ain't nothing get better for them.
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. And just going back to let's kind of go back a little bit about the how he started from getting people sidelines to getting active. A main example of that is through our voting. You know, just understanding the powerfulness of our voting. Me and Trinell did a voting registration event. When we do that, Trinell, like I think right before election, right before election, we tried to get people to vote early, whatever, with the Mayor of District Heights. Mm-hmm. And bro, y'all understand? People came up to me in their cars about why y'all here, my vote don't matter. You know, and I was on the blowhorn. I was like, bro, it do matter. like you know me, I don't care. I'm like, bro, what you mean it do matter? Like, you know, and that. So I had a question. So for y'all, why do we have that in our head that we don't matter, our vote don't matter? Why is that?
See, the thing is, a lot of people don't really understand politics. You know what I'm saying? Politics is a very tricky thing to get. And then when you told that, oh, you know, it's all based on the electoral college, then a lot of people think like, okay, well, I might as well not even vote for it. You know, I could go one way, they will just go another way anyway. You know what I mean? But that's not the way it really actually works. So I think it's just off a simple just not understanding of how the actual voting process works. You know what I mean? Like I think people need to educate themselves on actual politics themselves, like the structure, to know like, okay, if I actually go out and vote, like my vote does count towards something. Like even voting at the small stuff, like vote for your mayor. You know what I mean? Or just like, you know, your representatives. Like your representatives supposed to represent you. So make sure you're doing your research on them so you're voting for the right person to represent you. So
Right.
that's all it really is, really.
Yeah, and I feel like another thing is people probably view it like, I mean, I vote for this person, or I mean, I vote for this person and they don't really do as much as I thought. I mean, people say that with Obama, like, you know, he didn't do as much as he could for the Black community, things like that. But again, I think it goes to a lack of understanding of how government, how processes work. Like it takes a lot of legislation, bureaucracy, processes, things like that to actually get things passed. But Will, you brought up a good point about how we need to start taking action and taking initiatives within our own communities, our local communities, because the same people who we are expecting to make changes and get changes from are the same people who we're basically neglecting when it comes to the election season, the election process. So mayors, governors, whatever on your local state governments and things like that. I feel like it's important for us to pay attention to that. But I feel like a lot of us are just uneducated about what processes that takes and, you know, how important that is.
So you got some?
Yeah, like just to piggyback on everything, like y'all said, like ignorance, like especially within the Black community, like we don't know about stuff. So instead of trying to learn, we just continue not to know, and the cycle continues. That's why a lot of people don't vote. You know what I mean? And like that process just keeps going down and down. But like you said, when you first started, like about Georgia, like all them Black people voting in Atlanta and in Pennsylvania, like all them people in the cities, like voting,
Right.
change their states.
Right.
Because the most people in each state usually is within the city. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's where most the vote come from. It's in the state limits.
Yeah. So I mean, we just got to change how we think about stuff. And if we don't know something, like start learning. Like, cause I know a lot of people, not just Black people, people in general. Like, if you ask me something and I feel like you should know it, like they'll bash you or they'll laugh instead of educating you, trying to empower you. They'll put you down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know one thing in our community alone, we don't like to circulate information. Like I don't like for example, like I texted them yesterday. I was like, "Hey, y'all apply the PPP loan." Knowing, you know, they know our business, whatever. But I was still like, man, if I can get something, let my brothers get something too. You know what I'm saying? So it's the idea of us sharing that wealth, sharing that knowledge, and not keeping it to ourselves so much. Like, a lot of times in the Black community,
about that
in
one,
all communities, we just be like,
Uncle Sam gonna get his too though, Chris. You tripping?
huh?
I said Uncle Sam gonna get his. If we don't got what you got, Uncle Sam gonna get his. Man. Somebody got to back pay that for real.
Yeah, you go back paid on your own taxes. Go ahead.
No, they was doing that last summer, bro. They was doing that last summer with the 10 bands. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I didn't get that one though. I didn't get that joint.
Yeah, this one 20. So.
Yeah, man. Hey, I did.
So you're gonna be on Uncle Sam some money. His hand gonna be in your pocket now, buddy.
What do you say? We want you
to pay your taxes.
Oh man. So all right, y'all. Let's go this. Let's go with this. So, I don't know if y'all remember the day that Trump actually lost, and people were dancing in the streets. Literally, I was downtown at the time. I was right in front of the White House, and it was in Philadelphia. It was all throughout the country. People were literally dancing in the street, and the vibe that I got from being actually there in the Washington D.C. area that day, it was like we just won a war or something. Like it was like America is going back to what it should be, not but what it was. What it was still messed up, but what the ideology should be. And now I believe that Americans and everybody is wanting the true promise of that Constitution. So my question to you all is, how do we continue to strive for that way of life that our ancestors have been fighting for years? How can we continue that fight? What can we continue to do?
That's a good question.
I can start. Look, y'all. So I normally got stuff written down, and I
That's
just
a
kind of
real
hand
good
that.
question.
That's on me. I'm sorry. I just came to me. So, how I say what that can happen is through education, man. You know, we talk about it all the time. You know, we don't like to circulate information. We don't like to know what's going on in our communities, especially kind of politicians, especially the people that representing us. Most time, don't lie. Most time, I probably be like, okay, who is he? He sound good. Like, like they would circle the names like that without knowing the person.
Yeah.
And also going back to just in school, like we need to fix the education system. Like in PG County and throughout the whole country, they're building houses everywhere, right? But there's no more schools being built, or they're not improving the schools. DC doing a good job of that. DC doing a great job of that right now. They're improving schools. They're doing a great job. But in the like in PG County, I think around y'all area, two Charles counties like that, they're not improving the schools, and they're not making
First
more.
of all, they build a new neighborhood every season down this joint. They only
Right,
got 7 high schools down this joint.
Oh God.
right, right. So what that means is you got you got an average of 30, 35 kids in a class, maybe more. So how are they supposed to learn? How are we supposed to ensure that
Nah,
our
and
students don't get left
the
behind?
zoning too though. Like, ain't nobody going to La Plata.
Right, right,
Yeah, we're gonna keep it like the way it's really structured. It's just, like more so in our county alone. It's like they keep different pockets in certain areas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna have the kids that's like on this side go to like La Plata where the white kids go to school at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That they got their own little small like section of black people or black kids that go to school there. But they're not gonna take like no kids like from over on this side, like, oh yeah, y'all can go over there. Nah, it don't work like that. Like, I mean, I feel like that's in every county though too. You know what I mean?
right.
Because they just want to have like some schools just want to have a certain mix of kids in there, and they, you know what I'm saying, that's not fair either though.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so just going back to that, man, we got to improve how we see things and how, like me being real, I try to tell people all the time, a lot of black people, a lot of people in general don't want to own. They want to rent and they want to stay in apartments, which is cool. Everybody got their own structure. I understand that. But to be
Yeah.
real with you, when you say you're paying property taxes you're paying for that school, you're not paying for it. You're not. And all that money that 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 goes to a school system from property taxes is not going into the school system because you don't own nothing. You know, and that's why I try to push home ownership people and make people understand that you can't own things. You know what I'm saying? And it not only benefits you, but benefit your child.
Yeah. And for the same
A lot of
price,
people,
less than
right?
you rent that apartment for.
Exactly. You say like you probably pay the same amount or a little bit more, and you own something.
But this is the thing though. You gotta get people to the mindset that they could have more in life than what they have already. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be stagnant.
Yeah.
You can't just be stagnant. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is where it ends at. Like, this is the ceiling for me. Like, oh, I got me an apartment. It's the ceiling for me. Why not want to own a home or own a few homes? You know what I'm saying? You can always own a home and rent out another one. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. You just gotta want to achieve it yourself.
That's what I'm saying. You could go from living in an apartment to owning a home to owning some apartments that people rent. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely. And that helps bring property taxes up, helps, you know, circulate dollar, man, and just helping improve stuff. And just going back to how we can improve that, man. We gotta get black people in businesses, man. We gotta build back Black Wall Street, dog. Like we gotta get back into doing things that may be uncomfortable again. Starting new, starting fresh, you know, because people always talk about, you know, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. That's cool. But what you doing to help it? You gotta go to
That's what I'm
equity.
saying. Like, I think the biggest thing people need to understand is like, especially a person of color, you know what I'm saying? If you really getting money like you say you are, what are you really doing with your money though? Are you like investing that back into your community? Are you, you know what I'm saying, trying to build up your community or educate others to get to where you at? Like you can't, like a lot of people, they get to that certain point and they're just so greedy, you know what I mean? That they don't even want to put you on, you know what I'm saying? They're like you gotta have that attitude that you want everyone to win. In order to succeed as like a society, bro, you want everybody to win. You know what I mean? So like it can make you feel better, like, okay, it made me feel good to see my man Chris selling houses. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I be picking your mind all the time when I'm over your house, like, yo, how you do this, how you do that, because I'm trying to learn too. You know what I mean? It's like a domino effect. So like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody taught you for sure. And then you pass on that same wisdom to me, and I can pass that on to somebody else. It's like a domino effect, like a chain link. You know what I'm saying? So the more you build up others, you know, the stronger you be as a people, for real.
Right.
Yeah, like Bill said, like empowerment. Like you getting money, it's like they always gonna print money. It's enough for everybody to get it. Like I feel like people try to be too selfish or like try to hide what they know. Like it's going like me helping you is going
Like
to
it's a secret.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Right.
Like me helping you is gonna help me more because we both gonna be
Exactly.
empowered with knowledge about things that other people that are our peers don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just feel like they're in competition with the
Yeah.
person next to them. It's always like, oh, I got to be better than that person. Oh, you got this, but
Exactly.
I got that. But really, you supposed to be in competition with yourself.
Oh
Be better
God.
than how you were the next day, and that's it.
What I'm
I
saying,
definitely agree.
every day you're supposed to get 1% better. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you do today that made you better from yesterday? You know what I mean? But if you competing with the man beside you or the woman beside you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really
Never gonna
getting
be
better.
good enough. Yeah,
You're not really getting better.
yeah. That's solid.
Like that, man. I like that. Y'all got anything else on this topic?
Hey, Trey already know what I'm about to say, man. Hey, money ain't got no owners, only spenders.
I don't.
Hello.
Money don't. Cause the same way you get it, the same way you're gonna lose it. Hey,
You know
one
what
thing
I'm
about
saying?
Trump, I would say, them gas prices is too high. Oh my gosh.
Man,
Thinking Biden need to calm down, man. I'm about to go pick my own.
First of all, oh, first of all, hey man, listen, my car take 93. Hey, for the rest of the summer, I'm gonna be riding on a bike, the speed bike at that.
not for
He
real.
ride no bike.
Hey, first of all, if a younger asks you for gas, like for a ride now, bro, $10 is like $15 is not acceptable for gas money payment, bro. My joint
That
take
works for
93,
me.
bro.
That
Okay,
works.
yeah.
$20 for the
Hey,
bike tank.
hey,
Well, probably like 30 now.
hey, $20 is gonna give me maybe a quarter.
You got a
what I'm
big
saying?
truck.
Nah, I
No,
got a
he got
car.
a car.
I
What
got
type
a
of car
car.
you got?
Nissan Maxima, that joint take 18 and a half gallons to fill up.
Dang.
18 and a half and 93. That pressure.
Y'all funny, man. Like, I love how y'all on this thing. Y'all give me great insight, man. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. All right. So another thing we learned as well through all this is that one thing Coach Bullock used to say all the time, you know, I was coaching girls basketball. Like that, huh? Coaching girls basketball wasn't.
How can we forget?
One thing she used to say every time they broke up is like when they broke it down, whatever. Success is in the struggle, trust the process. And it always stayed with me that the idea of success is in the struggle, but keep going, keep going through. It's all right. And I I believe that same ideology is how we must continue what we're doing, how we continue what our ancestors did, from the Malcolm X's, from the Marvis Garvey to the Rosa Parks to the John Lewis's to the all the great pioneers that came before us who was fighting this fight. So my recollection to that is, do you think that do you all think that people are going to get tired of the fight, or do you think they're charged up or they're ready to go?
No, I think um, honestly, I think people realize that the more we all come together, you know what I mean? It's powerful. Like it's real powerful. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at this past election, like I think people are going to continue to keep coming out and voting, even at the smaller votes, you know, because they know that like their vote actually matters. You know, you were saying if enough of us vote, we could really change something. We could shake up. You know what I'm saying? We could really shake up the room for real. Like people fail to realize that at first. You know what I mean? Like I was watching something the other day, and they talking about Huey P. Newton and how he defined power. You know what I'm saying? And he defined power as the ability to define phenomenon and make it act in a desired manner. And that's literally what everyone did this past election. And that's why it was so powerful. You know what I mean? Because we want to change. We came out and we got the change that we demanded. You know what I mean? We wanted to change the person that leads our country. We got that change that we wanted. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting on to see if that was our desired outcome for real. You know what I mean? What Joe really gonna do, but we did get that change. So I think people gonna continue to keep fighting that fight. Cause you know what I'm saying? It shows like that right there is a positive result. It shows like, okay, we keep coming out doing what we gotta do. We can really, you know what I'm saying, get things moving here for it. Like ain't nobody wants to be stagnant no more. Like everyone's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's like the time now. Why not? Why not come out and do what we gotta do what we can do to make some difference. So
yeah, I think I think it varies from I don't know. I feel like it varies from person to person because I feel like some people have different views on what the end goal is. So some people may be, I guess, content with just having like, I'm not even sure. I feel like some people may be content just having their personal circumstances okay. Meanwhile, like other parts of America still need some help. Like in low income housing, like maybe
Lil
people
Wayne said that.
say that again.
Lil Wayne said that.
You said what?
He basically was like, it was an interview with he did an interview with Trump or whatever it was back then, or somebody news person, whatever it was. He was basically like saying in his comments like, I'm not worried about the black people because I'm good.
Right.
Like I'm set for life. I
that's
got
what I'm saying. Like that's the attitude that like the people of color, like people that look like us that actually making and got a couple of dollars, you know what I mean? That's their attitude though.
Mm.
It's like, okay, well, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all may be affected by this, but I'm still good.
Right.
Right.
But you can't live like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't live like that at all. Because what do you, there's like, you know what I'm saying? That brings back to my question, like, what are you really doing with your money? Or like, how are you really helping anybody that's not as fortunate as you? You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee any rapper out there, bro, there's a kid out there just like them, how they were. You know what I mean? But what are you doing to help them better their circumstances? Like, that's
right.
any athlete too, though.
Right. I don't want no damn shout out. He be like, shout out DMV. Okay, come back. I'm about to get real with this now, y'all. I'm mad about this. When y'all ever seen the Washington Redskins? Or when y'all ever seen one of these big time rappers come back around the way and do something? Force around the way. With all the athletes, all right. Well, last time you seen it.
Put it this way.
They go to Virginia.
A better question is, when have you seen any hometown dude do that? Any person that does anything in this community, it be from like, it may be the player that's like you know what I'm saying, like for instance, like Bradley Beal, like he may do something for the community, but he's not even from around here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't even name the last time I've seen somebody that's actually from the area that has came back and done anything positive. You know what I'm saying? Like doing a clothes drive, something like, you know what I'm saying, anything positive for the community.
Right.
Like they get up, get out, and just forget about it. He got a basketball court.
He used to. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
KD got a basketball court. That's the best he can do. KD get $35 million a year from Nike themselves. KD got a basketball court.
Yeah. And I don't think they understand. I was watching this video about how rich people, how they give back. Or like, you know what I'm saying, do certain things so they don't have to pay taxes. Like it could be beneficial for both. Like if he gave back, you know, he could write it off and stuff. I don't know.
Bro, exactly. But that's what a lot of us fail to realize that though. You know what people do that? The rich white people, they do that all the time. They don't care about throwing their money around for charitable events. They can just write it off anyway.
Yeah. I feel like kind of like Will said, a basketball court not enough. LeBron
Like,
opened the
what
whole
is that?
school, and that school
That's
is
what I'm saying.
informative. Like, that's sweet. That's the type of give back I feel like we need. Not a basketball
Man.
court. Like,
Listen. LeBron James opened a school, I Promise School, that offers them they can go to school in Ohio for free. Like
sweet.
when
It's
they
a good
graduate, like
school,
what?
like, it's sweet.
That's crazy. But you got Kevin Durant. Oh, I'm gonna just build y'all a basketball court. Y'all have fun with that. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's good enough. You know what I mean? But like I said, like the people, the actual players, or even people of popularity that's not from even around here do more in this area than people that are from here. Like, I don't understand it.
Right. Like we gotta pull back into ourselves. Like that Atlanta, all they do is that that's all Atlanta known for that. They pour back like Killer Mike alone. Like just what he does. T.I. Tip what he does. Like
We can't mention him right now. He's still under allegations.
Who?
Name somebody else.
Who?
Yeah.
Really?
Name somebody else. We ain't mentioning him
Wow,
right now.
I didn't know that. Well, Atlanta, who the hell they are.
But okay, that's a great example though. Like Atlanta, even like look at the music industry in Atlanta. Like they all build each other up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no tearing each other down. That's the thing about like just the DMV in general. Like
Nobody
too many people from the DMV, like they got too much entitlement. You know what I mean? But when you really realize it, if you step outside the DMV, who like most of these guys, like who are you? Like we gave y'all the fame and the notoriety, you know what I mean? But it's like y'all gave us nothing in return, but you expect all this entitlement. I don't understand it.
Now to piggyback on what you said about like the DMV, like the music, like I feel like they don't adopt the sound. Like you listen to Atlanta rappers, you can't tell who's who. Like they all sound the same, but that's how it's supposed to be. Like from the same area.
Yeah, but
you gotta
exactly. But you gotta think if this one person made it off this sound, why not copy him? That's the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He just showed me the way. If I change my sound that way, I can make it too.
Yeah,
like exactly.
All of them, yeah. Even
all
people
about your mindset.
Like Lil Key, they all sound the same. But like here, I don't know. Like people be beefing and I don't know. That's weird.
Crabs in a bucket. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Crabs in the barrel, what it is, man. And that's what's stopping us. That's what's stopping us from achieving. That's why a lot of people in DMV don't make it out for real. Like in that industry of rapping, like it's just hard. People don't want to circulate that dollar, circulate each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we gotta change. That's what's something that's gotta change in this area because Prince County is the #1 area for richest area of African Americans in the country. We got one of the worst school systems, got one of the worst resources ever.
Honestly, PG might not even be the best county in the school system in the whole state.
It's not.
If you really think about it. Yeah.
Moco much better. Absolutely.
You said the best? What'd you say?
No. I said they might not be they might be the worst county educational wise.
Oh yeah.
PG might be.
You're right. I don't know what
in the whole state.
Yeah.
But all them schools and like learning facilities, but it like all goes to waste, like Chris said.
Right.
Nah,
and that's the problem.
They got too many high schools and they too old in PG.
Yeah, but like what Chris said though earlier, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take that money and allocate that to the schools and like build the schools back up. You know, provide some type of programs in the school, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the programs and stuff like that. I think also something need to come back to schools too is like my parents had back in the day. My dad went to school in high school senior year, and he always tell me that they had like them what's the program
Trade
called?
program?
Huh?
You talking about trades?
The trade, yeah, like cause college not for everybody, and it's okay. But if we give them like a skill, they're able to build their own business and do what they have to do. Like it's all right.
Like a specialty school.
Right, like because he used to say like people used to get bused from all across basically like I guess central PG County area. They get bused to his school in Suitland, and they'll do that stuff out there. Right.
That's what separates Charles from PG, because Charles built a school just for that. Like North Point High School, that's where I went. You know what I'm saying? Like it's built based on, you know, science, technology, industry. So it's like probably like 10, 12, 15 different trades that you could apply to be in that program, and you learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like by your senior year of high school, they prepare you to take some type of certification. So even if you don't go to college or nothing, you can at least get certified and have some type of field. Like you could be an engineer, anything, like
Right. That's good, man.
all type of stuff.
And
Yeah.
that's the same as alternative school in Charles County, Stedham. They have programs
Yeah.
in order for you to get a trade.
Yeah.
Great.
Because like for the other schools, so basically like the way Charles did it was that if you didn't get into No Point, you could still apply and do trade through Stedham as like a program at your own school. So like it would be like, okay, you got like 2 class periods that you're not at your school, you'll be at Stedham learning that trade. Like it was
Right.
sweet.
That's tough, man. Like that's what we need. Like that's what's holding a lot of people back. Like, cause y'all know, college ain't for everybody. Had people that's in our freshman class, they was gone by the second semester of freshman year.
It might have been going the first semester.
Like to
You
be
know what I'm
honest,
saying?
Chanel,
Yeah.
I know you experienced that too. Like half people you
I
probably
know
came in with that next semester, gone.
Gone. Yep.
Like,
And the freshmen the next year it was like the same thing. The freshmen that came in, them boys was gone too.
Mhm.
Nah, yeah,
it happen
literally.
every year.
Like that new class coming in, I'm like, okay, we could probably pick out who ain't gonna make it to that second semester right now.
Football or not.
Right.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I think
matter.
another
It's just-
thing, going back. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No, go through. I'm sorry.
Now I was just want to say, going back to that high school thing, a thing that I know PG County does a lot of is like AP classes, which I feel honestly is like a waste, only because I know a lot of people who took it, and I think you gotta pass the test to get like a 3 or a 4 or
You
something.
gotta get a 3 on the test so it can count as a college credit. That's a
Yeah,
scam.
it literally is a scam, and I feel like a lot of people didn't pass it. They ended up getting 2s and 1s or something
Like,
like
look,
that. It's like,
Like, first of all, you signed me up for this class. I gotta pay to take this test.
right,
The only way I get my money back in a college credit is if I pass this test with a 3.
literally.
You still technically pass with a 2, but they make you think like, oh, you ain't get a 3, so you don't get your money back, and it don't count as a college credit. So you're taking it when you go to school.
Exactly. So you just wasted that semester, wasted that time. I don't know. I know it's another thing where you could take, I forget what it's called, but you could take classes at the college. And I feel like that's, what's it called? Oh yeah, dual enrollment. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit better, but there's no education on saying like your counselors and stuff saying you should take this instead, because that's actually, it's easy. That's an actual college class. So it's like, it's different than the AP classes. And I feel like it's just, it's a scam. School is scamming.
Scam.
Yeah,
It's
man.
definitely all about education. They need, I feel like a lot of students need guidance. A lot of these high school students, teenagers need guidance for real. And that's something that we gotta provide. Now that we know we got that lesson, got that experience, we gotta give back to the kids.
Nah, for everybody needs somebody, like a role model or OG.
Yeah.
Somebody that's supposed to just put you on, like to know what to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you've been in they same shoes, like that same seat you sat in.
Yeah,
Like, you might as well
y'all
just
first
like
generation college students?
Technically, yeah.
What'd you say?
Technically, yeah.
You're a first generation college student?
Oh no, my grandmother and my mom graduated from college.
Like my folks, I got family members that went, but they never finished. So I was the only one that actually would go all the way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, I'm in that position, and I just feel like, yeah, I ain't had that much guidance in terms of actually knowing what to do and how to maneuver.
Yeah.
College wasn't right for me, knowing what to do. So definitely
exactly. Exactly. When you like the first generation, you just like, most of my folks, they went, but they didn't finish. They just like, you got, do what you gotta do to get through. Like,
literally,
that's the only advice they give. Like, keep going. Like, just keep going. Don't stop. I'm like, I mean, it's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Or Tingle.
It was hard out there, boy. We was in jail. I swear to God. In a brick building with no AC. Okay.
That's why I moved to Camden.
Hey, nah, for real. That joint had heat. The heat burn you out that joint.
Oh man. But shout out to Janetta, y'all. She about to graduate
Yes,
at 20
You go to?
with a master's.
I go to University of Baltimore.
Oh, Steve.
What it is, dummy?
Yeah. I ain't from there. I just go there.
What's 1 + 1?
2.
all Baltimore people watching, we love y'all. We know it's love.
Always.
All love,
No,
all
it's
love.
but you know, we acknowledge y'all. Like, nah.
So let's start to close out a little bit. So another thing I think we learned too is that progress takes time, and we seeing that firsthand that our goals, not only through ourselves but through people come forward, our ancestors like that who fought the good fight, whatever have you, that it takes time to build empires, it takes time to build it takes time to build what we want to happen for others and what we have for ourselves. So my last question for you all is, do we continue to build, and how does that look like? What does it look like us continue to build together? What does that mean? What does that look like? Are we coming together as people? Are we caring more about education? Are we caring more about providing jobs and being in the workforce and being that face, being that boss as a quote unquote the white man? You know what I mean? So are we? No, seriously though, like, are we changing the ideology of what it means to be successful? What does that entail for you all?
I mean, I would say success. I mean, would just be, like you said, with that whole process thing. I think success would be, what the outcome was. Like, what was your main benefit from their outcome of all your hard work and efforts? Okay, y'all, like y'all said, like y'all two worked that voting event. They got people to come out and vote. So it was just like, what was your outcome? You know what I mean? Like, you saw what the outcome was. So like, I think that's a positive thing to like see, like, okay, what we did, we touched a few people, like, you know what I mean? By me coming out, or by y'all, you know what I'm saying, educate people like, yo, you need to come out and vote. Like, your voice matters. That lets like a person know, like, y'all would have came to me and said that, and I voted, and I saw the outcome. Like, okay, that lets me know, okay, like there is something positive to come out of me just doing this or taking time out of my day. So I think continue bringing the people together, educating each other, more so like not trying to beat each other down, but like letting them know, like, okay, if I don't know this, I feel comfortable reaching out to somebody that does know this to let them, like, educate me. That way, we could both move forward in a positive direction, and I can educate somebody else and just keep bringing them on and bringing them on and bringing them on. All these people out here doing these little fake pyramid schemes and all of that, y'all need to be educating somebody and bringing them on you for real. You know what I'm saying? From there, I think like the more people come together, educate ourselves on like just how to build up our society or as people of color and keep pushing and keep going. Like, we can't stop now. Like, we just reaching the surface of what we're capable of for real by all of us coming out and making a change like in our politics and stuff. So I think everybody needs to keep going and keep fighting that good fight like our ancestors did, like you said.
Yeah. Like Bill said, back to our ancestors, man. These people that was in control of us, they knew what we was doing. Like way back 400 years ago, when they came and took our people from where they was from, they took the best. So we gotta understand,
for real.
we the best.
Bro, true story, bro. True story, bro. My grandmother is still living, bro. 83 years old. She was telling me the other day how the white man used to come down to their house and pay them $14 the whole house and told them who to vote for, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. But now, like, you know what I'm saying? Now we, like, us as young people, we have to realize, like, we have our own decision to make on our own choice. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is twisting our hand and forcing us to go any which way. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to come together and make the best decision as us for society, especially for people of color, like, especially young black males, young black females as well. Like, for real.
Yeah, we just gotta get right, man.
Yeah, I can't.
Right. We gotta stay together, man. Like, everybody is united, was united. You know what I mean? Like, everybody gotta stay united. You know what I mean? Like, people can't get tired, or you know what I'm saying? Because Black lives still matter. You know what I mean? Education still matters for us. Equality still matters. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep doing what we was doing when it was hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's not hot, is people gonna still have that same? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you doing in the dark? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you doing behind the scenes? Yeah, but what you doing behind the scenes? That when the camera not on you, what are you doing?
That's powerful, man. That's so true, man. A lot of people don't want to admit that, man. Man,
That's real talk.
That's real. That's something that like Trey saying, man, we gotta continue fighting, continue doing the right thing, continue trying to improve, especially as young people, especially the lead.
Because we lead, but you gotta think we leading the charge right now though. We're the most ambitious. That, yep. We're the most ambitious, the most eager. You know what I'm saying? Like we really, you know what I'm saying? We the ones that gotta keep our foot on their neck. You know what I mean? And then when we bring up the younger ones, the younger than us, we gotta keep them and get them in that mentality as well. Because you know what I'm saying? As we grow older, we have to raise up the younger ones to be on the same time we was on. Like really, like you gotta think about it. I don't know. Really, I mean, when I sit back and think about it, I'm like, okay, did everybody really come out and start, protesting and all that? Was that because they were angry, or was that because you was looking for something to do? Because we was
something to do. Youngest was in the house in quarantine.
Yeah, so like, is that like, are you really part of the fight, or you just, let me just come out because everybody else outside, I'm trying to be outside too. You know what I mean? But that's what you gotta like. You gotta look into that.
Really there, right?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta like, it's our age group. You know what I'm saying? That's really going to keep it moving and progressing, because like we don't want to go back to what it used to be. We want to keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? Never want to go back.
And I love how you said that, because it's so true. Because we lead Generation Z. Generation Z is us. So the whole fact that we're leading this charge and continue to work is something so special. And just on a personal note, something that we used to do at West Virginia at our school with just us D linemen. I always admired and looked at how we always care for one another and wanted the best for one another. And we always try to build each other up. And that same mentality, even after the seniors we were there, who brought us in, that same type of love and inspiration was trickled down. And that same attribute that we had then needs to happen outside the community as well. So it's always a great thing to understand, look at, and see that happen.
Sure.
I love it, man. Chanel, you got something for me?
I missed a little bit, but yeah, I love what I came back to. It sounds good. We definitely gotta come together as a people. That's what it's all about. Our 10, we here to make a change. So look, get with it. And if you ain't with it, find a way. Find a way soon. It's gonna be people that's not ready. It's a lot of people that's not ready to join in making a change. But look, it's for and being in this position where I feel like we're so ready to make a change, we're ready to stand for basically positivity and do what needs to be done. We have to remember that everybody's not gonna be ready. And that's okay. We can't shun them out, can't put them out. It's kind of like church, you can't put people who ain't ready. You can't be like, well, you ain't never coming back over here. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah. You ain't throwing up in the plate.
Yeah.
What you doing on the plate? You ain't throwing up in the plate.
Collection, eh?
Yeah.
You just got $5. Look at your suit. Like,
we just tell them you're not ready. We'll be here when you're ready, but we're gonna keep moving, and that's how we gonna go.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Hey man, so that closes out, man. I appreciate y'all time, Trey and Will. Always a pleasure to see y'all. Y'all know you like my brothers, man. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it, man.
Anytime, Black man.
Yes, sir.
Everybody who watching, man, stay tuned. While watching the video, man. Go like our page. Go follow us, man. You ain't follow us already, y'all. So excited. We're about to kick off the summer with a lot of good events. Stay tuned, y'all. The time is now. Get with it, man. Here we go.